those little babies there, the more likely he is to notice that you just left them inside.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna get them tonight. And I'm gonna start bringing in our plants too. I gotta make room downstairs. Oh,
there is no room downstairs. What are you talking about? Make room downstairs.
I will make room. You have no idea. Oh fuck, it ain't gonna work. Yeah, so fuck.
That's a good location. All you gotta do is just make sure the smell is
The
down.
basement, man.
All of the houses have huge basements.
It's this one's because there's the guy we're talking, Chud.
Mm-hmm.
He owns another building on the same street, another house on the same street.
Oh, okay.
But it's like nowhere close.
Yeah.
Livable.
Oh.
Like nowhere close to livable. So.
Was he gonna redo it?
Yeah, he bought it cheap. He was going to. The guy, but he's just like the guy that fucked him over. That was part of the deal. He was supposed to like redo that place, and
Gotcha.
he didn't do a very good job. And he like now it's at a point where it's like it would cost probably with the brickwork and the other stuff that needs to be done.
That's not down on the corner, is it?
Yes, it's closer to the corner. Yeah, it's not at the corner. No.
Okay.
No.
But this one down on the corner that we did some work to about 10 years ago. We did some painting.
No. This is brick, and the inside is still all like the floor is kind of like now it's at a point where it's
Whoa,
like
bitch.
it would cost probably
Shut up.
work and the other stuff that needs to be done. Stop. There we go. I don't need to hear me. All right. So, but it's walls are up, drywall's up. Not in a good way. Like it all needs to be redone. They did a shit job.
Really?
Yeah, and this one's even bigger in a sense that it has like a maid's quarters upstairs. Like it had a third level.
Third floor.
Yeah, which had the maid's quarters.
Right.
So then this one was kind of set up, but I don't think the maid lived there because it's not. There's not like an actual maid's spot for the maid to live. Because usually when there's a maid that lives in the house, like all the houses I've been in that had like
Service
old houses,
quarters.
yeah, service quarters, older houses, and again, the people that owned them didn't have fucking maids. I mean, they had people clean their house, but they didn't have like live-in maids like they did back then.
Right.
But yeah, they're all like houses with like a third level. Like the one house I went into, it had it's gorgeous. It was the Boston Edison district.
Mm-hmm.
And it was one of those square 3-level homes, and like the fucking wood staircase going up was amazing. Anyways, so you go to the second level, and it had 4 bedrooms, all with their own bathroom. Like that's shit that doesn't happen now. Like,
yeah, unless you got a custom home.
No, unless you build like that's like. You have to be like on a different kind of level, Rich.
Yeah.
To have master bathrooms.
And have bathroom
On every fucking bed.
They call them bedroom suites. Yeah. Every bedroom has its own job.
Yep. And like, it was one of those this house you walked in. It had this big wood office area with all wood bookshelves all the way around.
Yeah.
And then a little sitting area, and you can see how the kitchen is the worst fucking part of the whole thing. Like normally, like nowadays, like kitchens are huge.
Yeah.
In houses,
It's a big thing. Kitchen is a big deal.
But back then, these people had people serving them. They didn't give a fuck what the kitchen was like, as long as it was serviceable. They didn't care. Think about it. You're not in the kitchen.
No, you're not.
As long as that's what it looked like. It looked like the kitchen I worked at when I was a kid. In, a teenager. Well, teenager. I was an adult, I guess. I was 18.
Yeah. That house I stayed in on Virginia Park, that's right there in the Boston Edison area. It's on the corner of Virginia Park and 2nd. It was an unbelievable house. It had 8 bedrooms, 4.5 baths. It was unbelievable. It had a carriage house. Like the garage, above the garage, it was a carriage house.
Yeah. Oh, man. You know where I've seen that? Hold on, I gotta get this out.
Carriage house.
Okay. Dawn says hello. Let me get that out before.
Hello, Don.
I saw that right around the same area where we're talking, Palmer Woods. We did a house in Palmer Woods. It was restoration. And that's what we did. We never went into the actual real house. We only went into the fucking carriage house's house.
Yeah.
You know, again, it's a garage.
Yeah.
But it was a garage built for horses.
Yeah.
Like, and people
for carriages.
Yeah, and the people who took care of the horses and the lawn and everything else lived above it.
Upstairs.
Yep. So, and it was like, that was one of the first ones I seen.
See,
like, holy shit.
it's a lot of houses like that in Detroit because Detroit was like the place for real rich industrialists to live back then.
Yeah.
You know, Virginia Park, Boston, Edison, Atkinson, all those streets. Those are all mansions.
Well, it's the top of the world at one point.
Yeah. The automobile industry.
Oh, shit, Pooga. What's up, Pooga?
Pooga.
My buddy Chris. I used to work with him at ER.
Uh-huh.
He works with my buddy Brad, the one up north.
Oh, okay.
So, but yeah, I mean, these houses.
I wish I could get one of those houses. I don't know what I'd do.
You don't even want to know how much they paid
but
for it.
I wouldn't want to live there by myself.
You don't know how much they paid for it. You wouldn't want to know.
I wouldn't.
No, the one that I saw back in the day, because I was working at ER when I saw this house in Boston Edison district, and the reason we went is because someone had got in. This was back in right around before I quit. It had to be like 2005 and 6 when copper was at its highest.
So I went and got the copper.
Oh, it took all the copper. Because somebody had just bought the house for $100,000.
They'll destroy a house just to get some fucking copper.
Oh, they did.
Yeah.
And they didn't destroy the house. They just ripped out the copper, but no one shut off the water.
Yeah.
So the water just kept on running. And when we got to the house, like, because they had a basement, and it had an entrance, to the basement that came like kind of from the outside, and it was 2 steps before you hit water.
Yeah.
Like, we had to get this fucking pump.
We had to pump water out.
Like one of those big ass pumps that literally was just like pulling out gallons of water. By the time we got down, like it had a pool table down there. It was like a whole, like, the basement was just as big as the fucking house, and it had all the play stuff was downstairs.
Oh yeah.
Pool table, bar, the whole 9 yards was all downstairs.
ruined.
Oh yeah, it was like the pool table was on top of the bar.
Yeah.
It was like everything had been floating for at least. Because when they saw it, I'm sure they saw that basement and were like, "Oh yeah, we can do this." And now they're like, the whole thing was ruined. I'm pretty sure they didn't keep it. You know what I'm saying? I don't think they actually, because they were at that point where they could back out still.
Mm-hmm. Oh wow, would it taste good?
But this other one is, I think, it's close to that, but not quite. I think this one's a little bit older. That one was a little more upper. Like, the guy that lived in this could have been a professor. He was a professor that worked at the college.
Mm-hmm.
Right? The Boston Edison one, that was a dude that owned probably 2 or 3, like, plants. You know what I'm saying? He owned shit.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of shit. They had a fucking pool, an in-ground pool in the backyard. Like,
This one on it's called the street, Boston Edison. There called Arden Park. When I was a teenager, a girl who went to Mumford with me, her people owned that house. That was her home.
mm-hmm.
She had a party, and from the outside, this house looks like almost like a castle. Okay, so we went to the party. We were partying upstairs. And then she said, "Okay, everybody go downstairs." So we go downstairs. It's like a ballroom in the basement. It's laid really nice. And then she says, "Hey, come over here, look at this." She opens up the door, and there was a pool in the basement.
Shut the fuck up.
No, I'm telling you. One day when we were driving around, I'll show you the house. It was a fucking pool in the fucking basement.
That's insane, dude. Because when do you think the house was built?
In the 20s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And again, the 20s, like, some of them houses down there that were built in the 20s are goddamn mansions. They are not
Oh,
no
yeah.
joke, man.
They're no joke, man. They're Victorians.
Like, because this house is set up right now in that fashion. It's boxy. The rooms are all...
Who's living there?
Double O's going to move in.
Oh, okay. Double O's going to live in Detroit?
Why not? It's...
Have
you seen that part of Detroit?
Yeah, I told you I got friends that move there.
Exactly. I think he'll be okay.
Well, no, he'll be okay. I just thought he was the type that wouldn't want to live in Detroit.
No, he don't care.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't think he has any preference. Like, he doesn't mind. It's
Well, that's a great neighborhood. You ain't got to worry about nothing in that neighborhood.
No.
Ain't nobody going to be breaking into
the house behind it, I'm telling you, I'm going to have to look it up, but I'm telling you, it has to be, it's close to $1 million house, if not more.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure it is.
The one behind it, not that one.
That was on the golf course?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That street that goes down.
And I just want to be out there one day, because I seen these younger guys, and they're driving fucking, you'll see, they got nice cars. And I want to be out there one day just smoking away and let them puff by, as it'd be like, you talk stained glass, dude.
Wait a minute.
It's got stained glass throughout this house.
Well, you talked about my friend, but never mind. We'll talk about it another time.
Okay. But yeah, it's a pretty nice house. It's like, if I was Chud now, to be honest with you, I would just spend the money. To me, I would have bought the house for the price he bought it. If I had the money Chud now had, I would have been in the same boat. I'd have bought it, but I would have put $100,000 into it, because I know $100,000 into it, and
it'd be
you're fucking selling it for $5.
Yeah.
You know, so I make $200,000 off it.
Yeah, you can't go wrong in that area. You can't go wrong. I know a guy that had 3 houses in that area, and he sold all 3 of them and made enough money where he moved to Arizona and built they say it's like a compound in Arizona. They say it's unbelievable.
Dude, you can build some big areas down there. But Larry, so like, this is something I thought about. Did I bring it up already? I don't think I did to you. I listened to Rogan's first episode, right?
His first episode?
No.
For the new thing.
New thing.
Right.
I'm listening, talking to the guy, and again, I don't really agree with the guy too much, but whatever. He's got his opinions. We can debate that, but it's more about the privilege that Rogan doesn't understand anymore. Like, there's people in the same city he's living right now that are getting arrested for cannabis, while him and his friends are smoking cannabis and talking about it on the air as if it's nothing.
Yeah.
And it's like, dude, what if they fucking throw you in jail, dude? What if they want to shut you up and throw you in jail? That's the best way to shut you up. Everyone's worried about Twitter. But you keep fucking smoking weed on the air, or actually he didn't smoke any weed on the air, so I'm assuming they're not going to do it on camera anymore.
No, not with Spotify.
Yeah, not in Houston. Or
wherever. That's right. He's going to Texas.
He's already in Texas.
Oh, he already made the move?
Yeah, it's saying it.
He better be careful smoking. He better be careful smoking.
Yeah, he's in one of those.
Well, it don't make no difference.
Austin.
Okay.
I think it's Austin.
Yeah, well,
so it's a little more progressive.
But but still, the law.
Still Texas, yeah.
Yeah, and Texas don't play with that drug thing.
They don't like cannabis. They love that shit. No, they love cannabis as an evil devil.
Yeah.
As a way to put people in jail.
Yeah, and get foreclosure money.
So I just worry that he might have, because I mean, you left a place because you claim they have no freedom, but you went to a place where if you were poor, you wouldn't have the freedom to have cannabis. Like, cannabis is way more expensive there for the regular person, but he can just get it shipped in.
Now, Austin is a kind of a progressive city.
It is.
But it's still Texas.
I'm sure it's pretty still illegal in Austin. I don't know, though. We could ask.
Legal in Austin. It's not legal anywhere in Texas.
No, I'm saying it's still illegal in Austin.
Yes, it is.
It's still illegal
all
in
over
the sense
Texas
that you'll go to jail. So,
see, when he said he was going to Texas, I was like, why Texas?
because they put again. There's
I
not
mean, all
much
the
taxes. There's not much tax, and you're allowed to own everything you want to own. The only thing you can't do is smoke weed. And again, you can if you're rich.
Mm-hmm.
You can't if you're poor. That's the difference.
I'd like to see where he's lived with.
On a compound.
That's what I was going to say. It's
I'm
probably
sure
a
he bought
compound.
a compound.
Yeah.
Of course he did. And I don't blame him for that. He's Joe fucking dude.
I'd have a compound here if I could afford it.
Yeah,
Shit.
I would too. I'd be having a compound with fucking fruit and vegetables and
all kinds of shit jumping off.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, who wouldn't?
But
hey,
I don't blame him.
I don't know why he made that move to Texas, but
he tells you why. Because
obviously
they can do comedy, and it's more open than California is.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't like the way they shut down the government.
Well,
or the government shut down the
thing I think he disliked more than anything else was the amount of homeless people there.
Mm-hmm.
He seemed to not really,
Yeah.
There's an unbelievable amount of homeless people in
There's
LA.
going to be more. Because again,
there's going to be more everywhere.
What happens is when people get homeless here, they start heading that way.
Heading south.
It's warmer.
Yeah, heading south. Southwest.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that was one of his complaints. But his biggest complaint was he doesn't like the way the governor handled the COVID. I mean, only time will tell, man.
It's already telling. It's already telling. I mean, people are still dying every damn day.
I know. Did you see that shit on that Woodward tapes?
What?
Oh, man. You haven't seen the Woodward tapes yet?
No.
It's a book. Actually, it's a book.
Oh, you talking about
that book. But he's got actual fucking taped conversations with the...
Oh, yeah, with Trump.
And it's not like hearsay anymore. It's not
it's in Trump's words.
It's literally him saying it over the fucking phone, like, yeah, no, I da-da-da-da, this is that. And he knew how dangerous this fucking thing was.
And kept it, and told people it was a hoax.
Yep.
And he knew it wasn't a hoax.
Mm-hmm. All because he didn't want shit to happen on his watch. That's the mindset of an asinine motherfucker, man. Because you know as well as I do that if he'd have done it right, if he'd done shit proper and we didn't have as many deaths,
we'd be back to normal.
And he'd win the next election.
Yep. That's why I say he's an idiot. He's an idiot. Okay. Whether he wins again or not is a moot point. The point is he's an idiot. Today, who was it? I'm trying to think of which one it was. One of the guys on NBC. And, I know who it was. It was the Young Turks. It was the Young Turks.
Who?
The Young Turks. There. You know,
I know who they are.
So, I was looking at that, and they were showing something with Trump. Trump stood up in front of, he was doing a press conference, news conference. And he sat up and said something in front of everybody there. And then about 10 minutes later, one of the news people asked him a question about what he said. And he said, I didn't say that. He said it. Then he said, I didn't say that. They said, yeah. And you hear people say, yeah, you did. He said, no, I didn't say that. I'm like, this guy is...
Well, all right, there's a great episode. I know I always go back to South Park, but there's a great episode of South Park. It's the fish sticks joke. Okay. Do you like fish sticks?
They're okay.
Do you like fish sticks in your mouth? Come on, man.
How you gonna say it? Fish sticks?
Well, do you like them in your mouth or what?
No.
Alright, well...
Because I know where we're going.
Yeah, the whole trick of the joke is if you say yes, I say, what are you, a gay fish? Because I did say dick. I didn't say stick.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what
But the whole trick, it's a trick of words,
And if you're not really listening,
in South Park, Timmy comes up with it, right? Timmy's this comedian, stand-up comedian that's he's
paraplegic.
Well, he's just got crutches. He uses crutches and he stutters.
Yeah, paraplegic. His legs don't work.
His legs don't work.
Right.
He's a cripple, but he stutters too.
He stutters,
and he's a stand-up comedian.
Yeah.
So the joke takes off, right? And there's two premises going on. They're making fun of Kanye West in this episode because Kanye West doesn't get it. Every time someone tells him the joke, he's like, gets mad at him.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't no gay fish. Fuck you. Like, he can't handle it. To the point where, and then Carlos Mencia steals the joke because it becomes this huge sensation, right? So Carlos Mencia steals the joke. And then Kanye eventually fucking catches up to him and tortures him and knocks his head off and sticks fish sticks in his fucking throat.
Down his throat.
Yeah. So, but this whole time, Cartman is, like, in the beginning, you see it happen. It's literally Jimmy comes up with a joke and tells it to Cartman. Cartman laughs. That's how it was created. Well, then it becomes, actually, the mom comes in, offers up snacks during this whole thing too. But then it becomes Cartman helped write, like, started the joke, and he helped write it. Jimmy finished the joke.
Yeah.
So now it's Cartman started the joke, and to the point by the end, Cartman slayed a dragon, saved Jimmy's mom, came up with the joke, wrote the joke himself, slayed a dragon, ate some cheesy poos, saved the mom. Like that's and Stan and Kyle come up to Jimmy and we're like, just give him 50%. If you don't, he's gonna take it all.
Take it all. Yeah.
And it's just who he is. Everything's truth to him. So it doesn't matter. Like, he hears it in his head, whether it's true or not, it becomes the automatic truth.
Reality.
And I think that's Trump.
It is.
I think when because Trump's life has literally been, I want this. Okay.
Yeah.
I want this. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm this, I'm that, I'm going to do this. Okay.
Right.
You're the best. You're the best. You're the best.
Yeah.
So it makes sense that at 70 years old, suffering probably from some slight dementia,
perhaps,
you would think that would be part of the problem. He starts changing actual thoughts in his head.
And he does, it's something going on up there. But your boy Kanye West, did you hear what happened with him?
No.
He spent so far $6 million trying to run for president.
Really?
But guess who he's getting advice from?
Trump. Yeah, they're people.
They're going to use him to try to shave off some votes.
Yeah, but he used the wrong people because they didn't put enough they didn't do it in time.
But not just that.
All the money's been wasted. He's not going to be on the ballot.
Not just that. Come on, man. The guy is bipolar. He's nuttier than a fucking fruitcake. Who the fuck is going to vote for him? A fringe.
There's people that'll take
a fringe.
Yeah,
there he is. There's always that nutball out there.
You know what I'm excited for? Rock 2024.
What?
Sorry. Dwayne Johnson 2024.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I still call him The Rock. I'm voting for The Rock.
I'm thinking about rock and roll music. I'm thinking about...
No. It's gonna say Dwayne Johnson, but...
He ain't gonna run.
You want to bet? That dude is one of the most popular people on the planet.
He is, but he's not gonna run. He wouldn't do that to us. That would fuck his personality up. Because everybody loves him now. If he runs, he's going to alienate certain people because they're going to be for the other guy. He ain't going there.
Yeah, but he could also be the person that unites.
Yeah.
Someone has to unite at some point.
Yeah. I just don't see him.
Do you think, like, they let Kennedy in so it gave a false sense of unity? Kennedy. Like,
John F?
Yeah. Some people believe he was like the last true president. I think Carter was a good president, but
he was. But Carter was too gentle.
Yeah, he's too much of a regular human being.
Yeah, he's too nice. Too
That's
good.
why he was perfect for the job.
He was
because
perfect
he wasn't
for the
the
job.
right president. He wasn't.
He put solar panels on the White House.
That's why he lost to a fucking actor. Yeah, the Republicans went, how do we beat good?
Now see,
We can't bring the same quality of person to the table. So how do we beat good? Oh, that's right. It's popularity contest. Let's just bring the most popular person on the fucking planet.
And see, with him, they think the last couple of years of his administration, they think he was suffering from dementia.
Who?
And his
Reagan?
Yeah, and his wife was like keeping it kind of in control a little bit.
Yeah.
Wouldn't let him go when it was bad. She wouldn't let him go. He had a good day. She'd let him go. She was controlling everything.
Because Reagan played on the people from the 50s. Because he was one that did a lot of the announcements for the war and all the patriot shit.
Yeah, but all of the actors back then did that. But Reagan
was one of the main ones that was doing a lot of the, especially the good news.
Well, he was doing the propaganda.
Yeah, the good news.
But there was a lot of actors that lost their lives that went to the, they were like bomber pilots and
All
kind of shit.
Like drafted.
These guys volunteered.
Did they?
Yes, no, they volunteered to go.
Well, I guess if there's
Glenn Miller, do you know who that is? He had a band. He was like a big band director. He died. There's 2 or 3 big time actors that died. They were like bomber pilots and shit, and they died in the war. Yeah. They were a lot of actors like Bob Hope and those guys. They would go and entertain the troops. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but Bob Hope was older by that time, wasn't he?
During the war?
Yeah, he had to be in his 30s, 35.
That wasn't too old to go to World War II, dog. World War II.
Yeah, but again.
And then you had the Korean War after that. He didn't go to that either. So you can yeah, he was of age to go. He's probably right there on the border.
If World War III happened right now, and the draft happened, do you think they would call my card?
How old are you?
41.
No. You'd be the last to be called. Amongst the last to be called.
Yeah, it would be if we start losing.
Yeah, we needed more bodies.
Yeah.
Then they might call you up, but no, you wouldn't be immediate. It'd be a whole bunch of people before you.
There'd be a whole bunch, and then there'd be a whole bunch of them before or after me, before you. They'd be calling you.
Well, they would never call me. I'm done.
They'd be like, Rudy,
I'm done.
Rudy, we got this robot body we can put you in, but if you go into it, you gotta go fight. You gotta go fight Chinese people.
No, I ain't going. And you know what?
Either.
I was thinking about what you were saying. China is probably right now close to the United States as far as military build up and shit like that. You know? But the problem is we don't know what the US has as far as secret weapons are concerned. Believe me, they got some.
Yeah, but you don't know what China has either.
No, listen to me. The point I'm making is the Japanese and the Chinese don't invent a lot of things.
No, that's not
They
true.
improve on a lot of inventions, but they don't invent a lot of things, especially military stuff.
I don't know.
The Chinese, almost all their main weapons were stolen technology from America. The Chinese have more spies than we got soldiers, dude.
Yeah, I get that, but that's okay. But you're not. Again, they're putting just as much money, if not more money, into research than we are. They have people who are, for one, they're putting more money into education into their system. So again, more people, a higher percentage of the people that are coming out of their system are educated.
Yeah.
So they're more useful.
Okay.
On top of that, they've got hundreds of millions of people who are in their army.
Yep.
Their police force.
They have one of the largest standing armies.
Their police force is unbelievably big.
Sure.
It's like I think it's. I don't even know.
A few million.
I can't even say. I'm speculating.
Several million.
I think it's like. I think someone said it's like 5% of the population.
It might be.
Is the police.
It might be. But technically, you know, they just, you know, the U.S. Navy just unveiled. They unveiled a super gun that can shoot for 1,000 miles, and it's just accurate if you hit this table. And they built it in case we go to war with China.
Oh, okay.
They could just, any one of these guns could destroy the whole Chinese Navy in no time, because they can't fight. They don't have anything that shoots 1,000 miles. You understand? They don't have a weapon that can shoot a projectile 1,000 miles. We do.
Okay.
So that's there to kind of negate their navy. And they're developing something called the super laser cannon too. Yeah. Star Wars.
That's the thing. You say that we are developing, which means that you can almost assume that China is putting the same amount of time and effort into developing the same thing.
Or trying to.
Yes, they're trying to, because neither, again, we might not get it. Because, remember, Russia was trying to build, and so was England, I think, both trying to build the bomb. We weren't the only ones trying to build the bomb. We just the one that finished it first.
The Nazis were trying to build it too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right. Nazis.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we just happened to finish it first. And again, yes, because we're smarter, but remember, half the people that finished it were people that we took from other fucking countries.
That's true.
So again, who's the smartest?
But that's the point I'm making.
But again, that's in a time when we spent a lot of money investing. We put more time and effort into investing into education. You could get an education. Could get an education for like $4,000.
But I think we have more scientists that are a step above everybody else.
Well, I mean, we have more money. But at the same time,
and we got heavy thinkers, man. We got guys that are heavy thinkers.
Said, hold on. You just said that, but you were the one that told me, and I heard it from someone else, so it wasn't you confirmed it, I guess.
Go ahead.
That China has a rover on the other side of the moon. So to tell me that they don't have scientists and they're not as smart.
Oh, no.
They're on the same level we are.
No, they're not. No, they're not. Yes, they landed on the far side of the moon with a rover. Right. But look how long ago we landed on the moon. Compared. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I get it.
I mean, we've been on the moon. We put men on the moon. Who else has done that? Nobody else.
Again, is there a reason to?
No, but I'm just saying, technically, we are far in advance of most countries.
You say that, except for the technology that they used to put men on the moon was no more than this fucking stupid thing here.
No.
So again,
and they lost the technology,
and we ain't been back.
And they lost.
Now China's been there.
Well, they haven't put a man on the moon,
but they put a drone.
Yeah.
On the far side of the moon, like you said, a place where you don't get signal. So they've actually figured out how to do that.
Oh yeah, well they have a satellite that revolves around, and it sends the message satellite into the Earth.
Right, which is again, so they have more technology than we did back then.
Yeah,
they're on again.
But
you think I think they are spending money. I think what they did in the 90s was go, how do we win this war? The only way we can win this war is a Trojan horse. We have to play in the capitalist game. We have to pretend like we're into this thing for money. And they just let you bring in all these fucking things and build all these things for them. And remember, they bought all the resources from us to build their fucking country.
Like I said, they stole technology from us.
Well, no. What I mean by that, no. I'm talking like that copper that got stolen from that house that we talked about earlier in the show.
Mm-hmm.
That shit was probably sold to a company that then sold it to China.
Right, you might be right.
And it's in a building in China being built.
Could be.
That's what they took all the shit that was here and put it over there.
But believe me, if China could have our technology, they'd take it in a minute. You know, we're the only ones that have a vehicle in space It stays up there for a year to 2 years at a time and comes back and it's unmanned. They don't know what it's doing up there. Nobody knows what it's doing. I think it's called a BX7 or something. And no one knows what it's doing. And it goes up and stays up there for a year or two at a time. Nobody has anything else like that. It's like a little mini space shuttle. But like I said, it's supposedly it's unmanned. And nobody knows what it's doing. And it's a military vehicle.
They, that was something they did on Space Force.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. They're like, China, like, came, this is in the future. I assume that this is supposed to be if Trump had won a second term.
Okay. In the future.
In the future. China comes across and zaps off one of our fucking satellites. Fins or whatever, you know, and
solar panels.
So they're like, well, what's this satellite over here doing? It doesn't really have any. And they come to find out it was put up by the POTUS. Wanted a photo shoot of a dog and a chimp in space.
What?
So they sent a dog and a chimp in this satellite pod into
space.
A train.
Yeah.
Chimp and dog.
Yeah.
That can, you know, like
pretend
like
press buttons and shit.
In the space just to get a photo op, and then they left them up there. It also had guns on it.
That's
it had like a bunch of fucking assault rifles because he wanted to prove that you could assault rifles would be okay in space or some shit. Fucking dumb. It's just about like, and the whole thing's about them sabotaging China. It's about a war, like. And I think if Trump wins, that's going to be the biggest issue. Is China knows that Trump is the easiest thing to win. Trump proves to them. It proves the, how do you say? The fallacies of democracy.
Oh, okay. Mm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
That you can put a guy, like, corruption is so rampant.
Yeah.
When it's popularity contests in this democracy thing. And China has got this image around, and then again, not with us. Like, you don't see it here. But other places in the world, they're seen as this, like, and again, they've went from a country that was three-quarters of the country was third world, and now they brought up, you know, half the country into middle class.
They built.
Is it false? Is it going to crash? Probably. Maybe.
I saw a YouTube thing about a year ago, and it said back in the 70s and the 80s, the United States led the world in skyscrapers. Okay. They said China, I think they said in the last 5 years, they've only built about 15 or 20 skyscrapers in the United States. In China, they built 1,001 skyscrapers.
When you see the cities that they go over in China, it's unfucking believable how big they are.
They're huge, and the light show.
When you see Detroit, it's like,
it's
when the world sees that. Because all they're not seeing the fucking the propaganda we're seeing. All they're seeing is the bullshit from them. They're seeing their propaganda, and they see that we're still like, you know, half our country's shit. Mm-hmm. You know, I don't want to say shit. I don't like a good portion of the country has been in a downslide for a
recession.
While. Detroit has been like, it's kind of bottomed out. So we're at.
Oh yes, like, it's coming back up now. It bottomed out. It's starting to go back up.
But there's no guarantee that it's going to really do it.
But a lot of cities around Detroit aren't doing good at all.
You drive through Flint,
Saginaw.
Flint is like, it's like a time warp, man. Like, because I grew up driving through Flint because I lived in Holly.
Yeah.
So that's like my. But now I've spent a good 10 years down here now. 15 years down here. So I've seen the world, and here everything keeps evolving. You see these new buildings going up, so on and so forth. Land's being used. Up there, it's not.
It's still not.
Everything's still old ass fucking like buildings. Like the house, like everything's old. Everything's from the 70s still.
They need Amazon or something up there.
They need weed.
They need weed too.
They need to be the capital of cannabis.
Yep.
They have the structure for it.
Mm-hmm. But
they should full-heartedly jump into it and set up. Look, that'd be something I would look to do. Buy a fucking nice big chunk of property
plot
up
of
there,
land up there,
and turn it into a fucking resort.
Yep.
Set up the first
marijuana
cannabis
resort
in Michigan. That's a good idea.
That's what my one friend said his girlfriend wanted to do, but she wanted to do it in Jamaica. I don't know whatever happened with it. I'm gonna ask him. About it, but she wanted to have a marijuana resort in Jamaica. I guess she was lobbying, trying to get it done. Guess that would be interesting, wouldn't it?
Well, it's going to happen. And I think that's the thing about this COVID that, I mean, I don't know, it is, because when Pella asks, because he'll be like, how's it going over there?
Yeah.
You know? And it'll be like, it's just tense. It feels like the way they talk about the economy, the way the rich people are whining right now, you would feel like the world is ending. Yet they keep getting richer.
Yep.
And it's like, the truth be known, yes, there's a lot of people that are fucking struggling right now, are fucked.
Really right now, too, with this virus.
Yeah.
Because they can't really work. They've lost their jobs. The places they would work, went out of business.
And I think people misunderstand, like, it's one of those things where if we didn't do it, I mean, again, we don't really know because we did shut down. But if we hadn't shut down, would we have shut down anyway?
Yeah.
How many more people would be dead?
See, we have a common enemy. Now, whether it's the communists, whether it's the Islamic terrorists, whether it's a virus, we have a common enemy. And usually in war in America, everybody bands together and,
but not when it comes to the virus, the same thing happened back in 100 years ago. America can't, because one of the problems with viruses is to uneducated people, it's not real. It's, again, there's a good portion of this population that doesn't believe it's a real thing in the first place.
Mm-hmm. I don't know how much, maybe 10 or 15%, maybe something like that.
Yep, and then another 40% think it's the same as the flu.
Yeah.
And then the rest of them are worried.
Yep.
In various degrees.
I was in the market today, right?
Yep.
So I'm keeping 6 feet away. And this older white guy comes over and stands right next to me. Right here. And I look at him. And he just standing there looking at me. And I said, 6 feet. And I moved away from him. He just,
He had a mask on?
Yeah, he had a mask on. I'm like, you goofy motherfucker.
No reason, just goofy motherfucker.
Just goofy motherfucker.
Yeah, well. Yeah, that's... Damn.
So I'm going into the supermarket, and I see a friend of mine I haven't seen in about 7 months. And he said, wow. We both had masks on. We stayed away from each other. He said, wow. There's no use in me asking you what's happening, because ain't nothing happening. I said, you're right.
Yeah, that's true. But when it's over, it's over. The world comes back.
It's not going to be over until they get the vaccine. Then it'll be over.
Or it rampages through. That's the other option.
Well, how many people are going to die in that case?
How many people died from the Spanish flu?
Well, that's a different time.
Different time? Not really.
Well, I mean, it's easier for shit to be spread today as it was back then. people travel internationally. People are jumping on in and out of airplanes and trains and buses all day, every day, all around the world. It's not like back then, you had to get on a horse and go for 2 weeks to get to the next city and shit like that.
They had trains and shit. 100 years ago, motherfucker, they had trains.
How many people you think could afford to ride a train back
Everyone in the city?
then? No, hell no. No, dude.
What do you mean, hell no? That's one of the reasons. Okay. That's World War II or World War I time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly, World War I time.
And that was one of the issues. Everyone brought it back from fucking the war and spread it back through the country.
And that's the only reason why it got spread like that, because of what? Because of wartime.
Right.
If it wasn't wartime, it would have been a slow. I'm just saying, it would have been a slower spread.
Possibly.
It wouldn't have spread as
It was
fast.
super deadly, though.
Here,
The big difference, too, is it was killing people that were healthy.
yeah, and they didn't have any real. Well, I saw a picture.
They didn't know what a virus was back then.
I saw a picture was taken at a soup line back then during that time, and in the soup line it showed maybe about 30 people lined up, more, but the picture ended at about 30 people, and they all had masks on.
Yeah.
All of them.
They made them wear masks during the pandemic. That's one of the reasons
But
why
we can't get people to do it here.
But one of the reasons why people in the other countries over in the East wear them is because of the 1900s.
Oh yeah, a lot of people over there wore them before this pandemic. Whenever they felt,
that's what I'm saying. When they got sick,
yeah, they would put a mask
they
on.
would just wear a mask
Because I remember
as a common courtesy to your
to the next
fellow neighbor.
human being, exactly.
But it's my freedom, my right. I guess so.
I don't understand these people saying that they feel like the government's trying to control them if they wear a mask. What? How's the government controlling you? I don't understand that.
Because it's this. All right, it's not. It's hard to explain, but it's in my head.
Don't make no sense.
No, it doesn't make sense. But you have to think of it.
No, it don't.
You're not thinking
I don't
5 steps ahead.
And I don't want to think that.
Well, that's the problem. See, it starts with the mask. Next, it's going to be a microchip vaccine. Then it's going to be this. Then it's going to be that. Then you're not going to be able to do this. See, it's not the mask itself. It's the fear that the mask starts the dominoes. If I subsume to a mask,
See,
then next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to have to put a chip in me.
it was the same thing when Obama was running to be president.
Mm-hmm.
And all these white guys was telling me, oh, they start buying guns and ammo and shit. They bought so much ammunition, there was a shortage of ammunition.
I know.
Okay? And I'm asking my friends, what you buying all this shit for? He says, because Obama's going to take our guns. I mean, who told you that?
When did he ever say it?
He never did.
I know.
He never did.
I know. He never tried either. But it's a very good sales pitch for gun companies.
I didn't know Americans were so. Your average American was
Humans live off of fear. That's how you survive.
It's a shame.
If I'm scared, that means
I don't know if that's how you survive. I'm not gonna say that's how you survive.
No, hold on. Not in today's day and age. That's the problem. Your body, your physical you, has evolved over the last 10, 20, 30,000 years?
Right.
Right?
Yep.
It takes a lot longer to get out of the... Because if you think about it, if you go back 250 years, most humans on the planet had to worry about wolves. They had to worry about bears.
They had fears.
They had fears.
Everyday fears.
That were real legit.
Yes.
Well, that's just... Your body's not got rid of them.
Yeah, that's true.
It's just not been enough time to evolve that out of us. We haven't been comfortable enough. We've only been comfortable since the 50s.
Because we're still holding on to ancient shit.
Yeah, we're holding on to scarcity.
And but what I'm saying is we're holding on to ancient shit.
Yeah, that's
too.
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
The belief that the world is scarce, that tomorrow there might not be anything to eat,
and that you have to have some kind of domination over the next guy.
But that comes from the fact that there's only so much food, and if I don't show my dominance, he's going to eat more than me.
That's
and
just
he'll
like
survive.
That's like I told my friend. I said, you got all this ammunition, you got all these food rations, you got black vests and helmets and swords. Oh yeah, he does all this shit. I said, what do you think that's going to do? He said, I'm going to survive. I said, no, you're not. That you might live another 2 weeks, but no more than that.
Yeah. When's the last time you shot a deer?
And not only that, you gotta sleep. You gotta go to sleep.
Well, and like, where's this? When is this going to happen? Who's going to take what? Why are they what? Human. I mean, yes, there's been wars, there's been strife, but
that's the paranoia is what keeps us apart.
It's also that scarcity.
The fear and the paranoia is what keeps us apart.
The technology is going to change that.
It is. I can't wait. I don't know if I'll be here to see it, but I can't wait for it, period, anyway. Because we live in a really, what's the word for it? I'm trying to think of the right word for it. We live in a silly-rific society. Some of the silliest things people cling on to and try to make them real. And they're not real. They weren't meant to be real, I'll put it that way. They were meant to be a game or, you know what I mean, or something else, a puzzle.
True.
I told you I watched a tape of Mussolini giving a speech. And Trump does the same thing. All like this. He does all the same mannerisms. I think Trump watched him.
Oh, I'm sure he did. His dad was...
And he's mimicking.
His dad was part of that group.
Yeah. And he's mimicking that shit, man. He is. In a way, he's a genius. In a way, he's a genius at this media shit. At lying and saying the same thing over and over again until it's some kind of reality.
Yeah.
He's good at that.
Yeah.
And that's about it.
Yeah.
And that's about it.
He knows that if he causes so much struggle...
Yeah, so much dissension.
That no one will ever notice the things he's doing because there's too much to notice.
Right. Don't look at
people
this
get caught up only.
Don't look at this hat.
Yeah, people only get caught up on the stupid shit.
Yeah. And he's got plenty of that.
Yeah, and he's mob talk like a motherfucker, man.
Oh man, his son is exactly like him.
He's so good at mob talk.
He is. That's that New York thing.
Yeah, talking outside the box.
And they say when he built his Trump Tower, it's built out of concrete, and the king of concrete was the head of the mafia in New York. Fat Tony Gorlano, I think was his name, and one of the guy that helped Trump build the towers. So that's where that mob shit come from.
His dad was connected with the mob. You don't build properties,
especially in New York
at that time.
Right, in New York and Chicago, no.
70s, 60s,
you had to be connected. And some gangsters was involved.
Yeah.
Gangsters were involved.
Yeah, that shit's straight Italian stuff.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Straight Italian.
Damn, we put it in an hour.
Don't seem like it. There he is.
Holy fucking shit, dude.
What?
Holy fucking shit, dude.
I was made like fucking 5 trips to the damn...
Why?
Wrong part.
It happens.
You know.
Especially with European cars.
It's not a European car.
Yeah.
Oh, which car are you talking about? Oh, the Tracker.
It's a GMC.
Well, once it was Chris's fault, twice it was the employee's fault.
Oh, okay. Just mistakes. You all right, man?
Yeah, I'm ready for a smoke. I've been... I don't even know. It's been 3 hours, no weed.
that could be bad. You're right.
That's all over there.
You want this?
Yes, please. Thank you, Rudy. Oh, actually, I'll take the other one.
The other
he
one?
doesn't want that.
The small one?
Yeah.
No, you figured it out.
I want to treat him with kid gloves. I don't want to drop it and bust it.
Jeez.
Because I know they're expensive.
That one's $50. That's not that bad. Yes, that little thing was $50.
Wow.
49.
I didn't learn how to blow glass.
There's a place in.
I wanted to do it years ago, and I should have done it. I had an opportunity a long time ago to do it. It was a class. Yeah, right here. In fact, I think it was in Ferndale. It was a little school for that glass blowing, and it was glass blowing and something else. I think it might have been blacksmithing.
They've got a glass blowing course in Dearborn where you can learn how to blow bongs and stuff. I think it's $50 for a day, and you get to make a piece.
Yeah. In fact, Bob. They said Bob took a course in glass blowing. I think he made some pipes or something. Yeah.
Have you been to the meetings at all?
Hasn't been.
Oh, yeah, that's right. They can't be.
They can't be.
That's right.
Michelle's invited me to her house about 3 times for suppers that she's had there.
How many people go?
Maybe 6 or 8 people.
They do it outside, I assume?
No. Oh, I don't know. I haven't gone. They might do it outside. You might be right. But no, I don't. She's invited me, but
Yeah, that's a ways away.
and I don't know. You don't know where other people have been.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, outside stuff I don't mind. People, like, I'm going to be a hermit in the wintertime. I'm not going to be doing anything in the winter.
You're right.
Because everything I do is outside. And it's going to be too,
Yeah. Too cold.
We're going to have to fucking figure out, we're not going to be able to do shows.
Yeah.
Unless we find a Baker's Place. Oh, we could do it at the Detroit house.
Oh, yep, that's
got such a big ass fucking rooms. We could definitely spread out in there. Get some fan moving around. And
That
shit.
would be. That might be.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
Because I want to have like a 10-inch fan with a carbon. So if we do a show, we can actually put that in the room, and that'll be sucking all the air out. Yeah.
Cool. You all right over there, buddy? I saw all that smoke came out of you just now. He
Feeling
blew the top of his head off.
Yeah. He's done worse.
Oh, yeah.
Look at
Haircut. No more Corona hair.
No more Corona hair.
Because what's going to happen when she tries to shut back down? If cases start spiking, people start getting sick.
People aren't going to do it.
I've already heard people bitch.
People aren't going to do it. People, you know what? People aren't going to do it. America is so disjointed. Like I said, back in the old days, people worked together to solve things. They worked together, Now, it's at the foot of media. This new media.
You get money.
Yeah,
It's all about profit. How do you make the most money?
Any way you can.
You do it it's the
It's
same.
any way you can.
No,
man.
it's the same fucking mentality as a beer company and a video game company and everyone else. They don't give a fuck about me and you. We can drink 1, 2, 3 beers a year. They don't care. They want what cut used to be. You know what I'm saying? That's the people they're aiming for.
Yeah.
They make all their money off of cut. Like, no offense, but when he was
Got
drinking
guys that drink all day.
a 6-pack. I had a friend that would buy a 12-pack a fucking night.
You know that I was at that level. Like, I would drink on a low end, like a lowest end, I would drink 6 beers, but on a normal night, I would drink 20 to 30.
What?
Yeah.
People that drink beer.
I drank on a good day, 50 beers a day.
Wait a minute, Would you get high?
Yeah, all day.
Wow.
He'd show up with
I
beer.
couldn't even imagine it.
Pounding a beer in the morning, throwing it in the fucking trash.
And I probably had one or two at my house before I even got here.
Damn.
Yeah, people fucking.
Yeah, well, I guess when you like something, you like something.
But that's where all their money comes from.
Yeah.
Is people like that, and the same thing goes with what we were just talking about, which I completely
Right.
forgot about. I completely forgot what we were talking about. Someone making money off somebody because it's.
Oh yeah, you said something like the beer companies don't want to make beer off you
Oh,
and
they
Rudy.
Yeah,
they make the
their
profits off of, but there's
Right.
other. We were talking about another company that does that. I was trying to reference that to another industry. In that sense, I don't remember. Something to do with they fucking over people.
Well, there's always
You
something to
guys
do
should
with
smoke, because I want to know.
yeah,
Yeah,
it works.
What was it?
sorbet, or
Yeah, that's a good one.
Creamy for?
no,
Sorbet for?
no.
That's a good one.
Yeah, I know. So I got 2 entered in that competition.
Before?
Last weekend, no, it's the blood orange sorbet,
Okay.
which smells amazing. It's gross, but it smells amazing.
And what, Deadhead or 18?
Boo.
Boo.
Oh, blueberry.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, really crystally looking, sticky, earthy, not real sweet. Well, it might sweeten up by the time they smoke it.
That's how they smoke it, yeah.
Yeah, because they're not. It's going to be another week before they smoke it.
Definitely.
And I left it in glass this time, so
Yeah.
not fucking
Right.
plastic, so it
Right.
would actually cure better. So we'll see. But that's the end of the month.
Well, cross our fingers.
Yeah. If I win, I gotta come back from, because I'm gonna be up north that weekend. So I'm gonna have to come back from there. It's like an hour longer time. 'Cause it takes about an hour to get to work from here to get to where you're going.
Okay.
To where they're gonna have.
That's
me.
not too bad.
No, it's not too bad. So yeah, if I win, you coming up?
Sure. Without a doubt.
Maybe we'll be able to find some weed and do an impromptu show before I head back. Type thing.
Yeah.
Where in the foot?
Yeah. It'll be Clyde.
Okay, right outside of Flint.
Huh?
That's right outside of Flint, right?
Yeah, just north.
It's like a suburb of Flint.
Yeah, you take 475 and at the top, right at where, you know how 475 comes across and...
I don't know.
Oh, never mind then. Sorry, I didn't...
GPS.
I don't know none of that stuff. Right? Exactly. That's how I got back from the wedding. That GPS.
That's all I care about.
That GPS
Just
thing.
give me an address.
Google does it every time.
Yeah, never fails.
Never fails. Oh,
Takes me all
Google.
across the country.
Oh, Google.
Give me an
I need to
address.
start buying maps.